Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Sisters Speak with Naima B. Robert. I am your host this evening, and I am going to be interviewing the lovely Elena Nikolova, the legendary Muslim travel girl, mashallah. Thank you all of you for coming, and Elena, welcome to the show. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for having me. It's so much fun, actually.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. It's a really great platform, mashallah. Listen, okay? If anyone didn't see the article, okay, this here is the latest issue of Sisters Muslim. Alhamdulillah. Props and shout outs to Hafsa Khaizer, who did the cover design. Gorgeous photography, very, very clever idea. This is actually our last printed issue for a while. So it is kind of historic since Sisters has been published since 2007. So this is our number 73. This is issue number 73. And Muslim Travel Girl has a fantastic article in this issue, and it is called Hijab-free holidays. Initially, we were going to be talking about hijab-free holidays, weren't we? That was the idea, and we are going to talk about hijab-free holidays. Yeah. However, politics and history has caught up with us, so we are in a situation in Europe and in the West, which is quite a serious situation. So we decided we're going to sort of mix it up and discuss the whole idea of Muslims and travel and Europe and all of that with you. But Elena, first, before we get into that, I would love you to tell us a little bit about yourself. We know you as a Muslim travel girl, mashallah. You've been doing amazing things out there online, going out there, representing for hijabis, representing for Muslim women with a sense of adventure. And we like those. I'm going to give her props right now. Yep. And just tell us about your journey. Where did you come from? Where are you from originally? Are you a revert to Islam? And how did you reach this new identity of yours as the Muslim travel girl?
Wow, so many questions. So I'm Elena. I am a revert. I'm originally Bulgaria. I consider myself kind of a world traveler or citizen of the world, whatever you want to call me. I was born in Bulgaria. I was raised in Greece. I live in the UK. I literally have 10 years in each country, and I'm coming to my 10th year in the UK.
Wow.
I think it's time to move. to move to another country for 10 years. I was born in the travel industry. My family had hotels, a hotel actually. I was doing all the cooking, the cleaning, the marketing, everything.
Wow.
Before that, since I was, I think, 5, they used to manage a property. And as the youngest, I spent all my time with them there in the reception and running around the cafeteria and things. And I always remember I love to travel. I mean, I come from a multicultural background. Yeah. I am a Muslim. I was Christian originally. I converted 7 years ago. And alhamdulillah, I always wanted to travel. And I always made dua. Ya Allah, show me. I mean, I love marketing. I love traveling. How can I combine all these things? And I was traveling for fun when one of my friends suggested, well, why don't you share with us, your experiences? Because everybody kept asking me, how do you get all these flights, all these deals? How do you travel so cheaply?
Because you've got that famous Umrah for £300, haven't you? I know about you. Tell us about that.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, Umrah under 300 was my own experiment of actually going for Umrah without breaking the bank, because somebody messaged me today and they say $1,700 per person from the UK for this.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And it's a lot of money. I mean, we were newlyweds with my husband, and I was like, I really want to go for Umrah, but that's £4,000. And we're talking about this in Umrah. I mean, somewhere where you have a little bit of convenience, and it's my first time going, so I wanted to experience that. And Umrah under 300 was born because actually with loyalty programs, with some deals, with, knowing a little bit of how the system works, really, really save a lot of cash on your Umrah. And it's what Muslim Travel Girl is about. I help Muslims travel the world in style without breaking the bank.
You hear that, people? Wait a minute. Who's going to be the first to tweet that? Muslim Travel Girl helps Muslims travel the world in style without breaking the bank. I think that's too many characters for Twitter. Someone's going to have to condense it or something.
I think so. But you know what? That's my motto. That's what I live by. That's what I stand by. And that's what I want people to be able to do, to experience what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created for us. Because, you know, Allah created this earth for us, and subhanAllah, there's so amazing places, so many amazing places.
Yeah.
We should go, we should visit, you know.
I'm with you on this. Yes, props to you. Wait a minute. Hey, can we get some props, please, for Sister Muslim Travel Girl here?
I was giving myself props, oh my gosh.
That is not
allowed to give you. I went on your side and then I went on mine.
Okay, so carry on. So tell us about the blog, and also tell us about the other audiences that you're reaching through the blog, because it's not just Muslims who are reading your stuff, is it? Tell us about that.
So the blog started about 2 years ago now. It would be 2 years in January. And it started for me kind of expressing my travels, sharing the deals I found, how I found those suites, 5-star luxury for £35.
What?
On the blog. Everything's on the blog. You can go and read everything. It's there. And actually, I was approached by one of the largest communities of travel bloggers in the world. Hello? Our host went away. Naima? Okay. I guess she has a problem with her internet. So I'm here. I guess I'll continue the question until she comes back. So I was approached by a boarding area who were looking for new bloggers to join their platform. Boarding area is one of the largest, it's actually the largest travel bloggers community platform in the whole world. And they're based in the US. I am the only Muslim who is part of their blog, who writes about Muslims in particular. And for me, it was kind of a form of a dawah to be able to do that for them. I wanted my blog to reach out and to share that, you know, Muslims are people like anybody else. It's not what the media says that we are. So I joined, and it's been awesome, alhamdulillah. I mean, the brilliant content, the people I have received messages from, you know, I haven't heard anything negative, and it's been awesome for me. And it's been awesome for the platform as well, because it's a different voice. And Muslims do have a voice, and I think in the current circumstances, it's very important to actually portray this voice. I have no idea where Naima went. I think her internet went down. So I guess I'll just continue interviewing myself and talking about Muslim Travel Girl. For those who haven't been on the platform, it's muslimtravelgirl.com. You can go in there and kind of like read through the blogs on hijab-free holidays. I don't post a lot of politics due to the circumstances today. I post mostly travel articles. And I think it's very important to kind of you know, give a voice of the positive things that happen to the Muslim world rather than the negatives. And the media is full of negatives, so a light of positivity never hurts anyone, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, where's everyone? You know what? Let me check if there are any. How many countries did you visit? Okay, keep going. How many countries I have visited? I have no idea, actually. I think there are about 30 something. I travel a lot in Europe because I am based in the UK, and I think it's very easy and very cheap to go for weekends away to experience different cultures. I mean, we're very lucky, especially those in Europe, that we are so close to, you know, so many different cultures, so many different countries. And for only $50, $60, we can just go for a weekend away. My favorite place, wow, my favorite place in Europe for Muslims will be, yeah, we are very lucky in the UK. I mean, Perfect Expert, you're in Australia, so you have a side of the world that I would love to kind of explore. I don't know which part of Australia you are from, but some of the most beautiful places are around that that area that I would like to really, really visit. The nicest place in Europe, I can say for me, is Malta. It's a beautiful place to visit for Muslims. And it goes back to what we talk about, the hijab-free holidays. It's perfect for hijab-free holidays. It has so many different things to see and visit. And for Muslims, they have private villas, which are very, very affordable. And yes, Nayid is online and Nayid loves Malta. She actually went to Malta this summer, wasn't it? And she really loved it. I loved my hijab-free holiday and I totally recommend it. For the Sydney people, I'm not sure about Sydney destinations-wise, but I know that, for example, Malaysia and Indonesia, they have extremely, extremely affordable private villas as well as Thailand. And Thailand is becoming very, very, very welcoming to Muslims at the moment. And they're promoting a lot of halal destinations and a lot of the, yeah, Naima is back. She's saying she lost connectivity, so she will be connected soon. And what else? Riyadh, would love to travel more with my children. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. I kind of hosted my own
Egypt, that's all I'm going to say. Egypt, lost connectivity. So sorry. I'm sorry I missed that. I'm back. Please, Elena, continue. I know that you held the show together while I was gone, right? You did, didn't you?
Well, mashallah, like the audience is perfect. They just kind of like start asking questions. So I just start answering your questions.
Excellent, mashallah. Okay, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm here.
So basically, they were just asking me which ones are the favorite countries. I mentioned Malta, for example, for hijabi travels, Muslim-friendly travel in Europe. Turkey is brilliant. Turkey has actually, Osama, some brilliant resorts for Muslims. They're very, very popular.
We're going to talk about that in a minute, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Bali, yeah, exactly. Perfect expert. Bali is I really want to go to Bali. I hope I can go this year. It's like 15 hours flight.
A long flight.
I know. I have to break it into like chunks of 5-6 hours so I can manage it properly.
Yeah. Who's this who's been to Turkey 31 times? 31 times. Wow, that is amazing.
Why only Turkey? Can you let me know why Turkey?
Yeah, I want to know this too. Oh, that's my friend Amy.
Okay.
She's the Turkey file. That's it.
Okay, but why 31 times? I know Turkey is beautiful and there's so many places to see, but 31 times? I'm kind of like, I really want to go to a certain place back again. And I'm like, well, there is another place I can visit actually.
Yeah.
But I don't think that going to one city, you actually can see the whole country. And that's particularly true for Greece, for example, where every island is so different, than the capital, for example.
Yeah, I think that's what a Yankee Fix is saying, the same thing as you're saying, which is that, you go to Istanbul, for example, you're going to see a lot of things in Istanbul that in Ankara is different. And if you go around the country, it's like you're seeing different places. And different regions have got different characters, have got different food, have got different, ways about them. MashaAllah. So, alhamdulillah.
I love that. Actually, one of the tips, Yankee has a very, very good point as an using Turkey as an opening to other countries. Turkey is a very good crossword of the whole world, basically. Actually, one of the cheapest tickets, and that's a tip for everybody who's on the call, because I haven't shared that a lot. One of the cheapest flights to get to Mecca for Umrah, Mecca, Medina, is from Turkey.
Oh, okay. So tweet that, everybody. Tweet that. I'm going to tweet that. All right. Cheapest flights.
So it is actually a lot cheaper if you want to go to Turkey, and it is closer. What we did with the Umrah under 300 is you can go to Turkey with a very cheap low-cost airline from here, and then take Saudi Airlines for your connection flights.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So I've said cheapest flight for Umrah from Turkey. Hijab-free holidays with Muslim Travel Girl, and guess what? We get to have a little pic as well of us, which is so lovely.
I know. Georgia. That was Georgia. I really want to go because Istanbul is definitely a hub now, and Turkish Airlines is doing a great job, mashallah, on that aspect. So even for other countries,
been on Turkish Airlines.
They're very good. They have a very good quality. Yeah. I very like them.
Yeah.
So go on with your
I've been on
interview.
Turkish Airlines too.
I really like
All
Blog,
right.
mashallah.
So
Continues.
it's
awesome.
a fantastic platform, mashallah. It's a really fantastic platform. Okay, so tell me this. So we love the traveling. We understand, alhamdulillah. It's like, subhanAllah, sometimes I feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what it is that you need. Especially, I find with reverts, when we come to the deen, we have certain things that were really important to us in Jahiliyyah, you know, before we became Muslim. And we're so blessed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us an opportunity within the deen to do those things that we love. I just find that so amazing when I see people living their dream within Islam. It makes me so, so happy. So mashallah, some more props to you. But it's not fair because you're winning the props race big time.
Okay,
look at your props. They're way.
You know what, Naima,
okay. So what I want to know is,
sorry, I just wanted to make a point on what you said with the converts. I had really few things that were very important to me, and traveling was one of them. I grew up by the sea, so literally my house, summer, winter, was about 10 minutes walk from the sea, and I love the sea.
Wow.
And that's why I think I'm so creative with hijab-free holidays and trying to find ways to actually, you know, preserve my modest access, but as well as experience all these, you know, all these things that I had before I become Muslim. And subhanAllah, I do believe Allah actually gives you, you know, the opportunity. Definitely.
You know what I find? It's like Allah knows what you need to keep you steady. You know what I mean? So you will make sacrifices and you will, you know, it's fine, but Allah knows what it is, that thing that you need. And for you, obviously, mashallah, it's travel and the ability to travel and experience Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation, which is mashallah amazing. So just tell us now about muslimtravelgirl.boardingarea.com.
How did that happen? It goes directly to the website. You don't have to type the boarding area part. It just goes automatic, but it's muslimtravelgirl.com. Yeah.
Let's put that in there. muslimtravelgirl.com. Just so you guys know, and don't say I never give you anything, okay? muslimtravelgirl.com. There you go. Bismillah. Okay, so tell me how did that come about? And also, I don't know whether you said this when I popped off earlier, but other people are accessing this, aren't they? So tell me more about the other people that are accessing it and the effect of having you as a Muslimah and as a hijabi Muslimah on this platform that's accessed by so many people.
So the majority of the people on boarding area are non-Muslims. They are more US orientated, but they are the largest platform and they have an international reach. One of the reasons why I joined it, and at the beginning I was a little bit apprehensive because we know the media mentality of what Americans expect from Muslims, how negative they are and things. And I was a little bit apprehensive of joining. However, you know, I made istihara, and alhamdulillah, it's been a blessing. One of the reasons why I wanted to start Muslim Travel Girl, and I said that before, was so I can give dawah and show people that, you know what, we are cool people. We're not extremists, and we just like anything like everybody else. And through my blog, I try to portray this. I share snippets of my own life, of the things I do, the crazy things I do, the silly things I do. And the response has been great. And I love receiving emails from people who are not Muslims, but are readers. And they have been readers since day one, since I joined boarding area. You know, thank you so much. I really like learning about this. They love my Umrah. I do a lot of Umrah reviews, and they love that because many of these people would never go for Umrah. And it's kind of a snippet for them to see what it is to, you know, to be a Muslim and experience Umrah. So they're very popular actually amongst Muslims, but amongst non-Muslims as well.
Interesting. Isn't that so intriguing? It's like you have a situation where our dawah is like two ways. Dawah being like, you know, inviting people to our way of life and to Islam and educating people. You've got two different things going on. One is telling people what Islam is all about and, you know, what it is and what we believe, etc. And the other is sort of living it so that it becomes normalized, if you understand what I mean. And I think when we are funny or adventurous or silly or flawed in any way, and you get what I'm saying, if we're human, it normalizes the Muslim experience. It normalizes Islamic life. You've normalized traveling in hijab because you just wear it so well, mashallah. And I think a lot of us are occupying that space where we're just normalizing, because we're in a time where, Muslims are seen as abnormal. So just for you to be that Muslim personality whose blog they like, or whose cakes they like, or whose novels they like, you're normalizing something that in general is seen as abnormal. And I think that's very, very powerful.
For me, one of the things I learned, and I'm not a scholar, and I never will pretend I am. I try to give dawah by example. And I do that because with my own family, they're Christians. And it's always been a challenge of talking to them about Islam. So I decided, you know what, I can't tell them everything's haram that they're doing because they're just going to tune off. Yeah. But if I started talking to them and giving them examples of what Muslims do and how nice they represent the religion or the different concepts, then they accept it more. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show Islam. And alhamdulillah, as much as I'm succeeding because I'm a human, to show them that, Islam is beautiful. It's nothing like it's been promoted around.
Yeah, exactly. MashaAllah. So this brings us to, the ad hoc topic, which was, our place in the world, our place as Muslims in the world, and specifically our place as Muslim travelers in Europe. I mean, a lot of people did come and ask me afterwards, is it still safe to travel to Europe? Obviously you are in the travel industry, you're Muslim, you're in touch with other people in the travel industry. What's your take on that? What's your take on it?
Is it safe? Is it safe anywhere in the world at the moment? It's kind of, are we safe in London? Are we safe going out of our house here? It's kind of, there were so many incidents in London these days. It's kind of like, I see it as it's a very difficult question. For me, I feel it's safe as long as you stick by being and adhering to the principles of Islam in a way, being nice to people, smiling at people. I think people fear what they don't know. And if we kind of stop traveling, first, that's impossible. But if we stop traveling as Muslims, we're just going to segregate and separate ourselves. And that's going to create more questions, more mystery, and more troubles rather than the opposite. So,
okay. Have you found that you being out there in all these different countries where you've been with your hijab, visibly Muslim, have you found that pushes people away, or that it attracts people, or that people don't really care, or is it like a doorway for you? How does that played out?
You know what? I think it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
For people who don't know, it's a curiosity. I actually went to a conference in Italy, and I was the only hijab. It was a conference for bloggers. It was a travel exhibition.
Yes, I saw that. That looked amazing, mashallah. And you were in Venice, weren't you? Were you in Venice
it was in Rimini, and then my mom was with me, so I took her around Italy for a bit. So she loved it. We went to Venice. In the conference, I was the only hijabi, and I was the only Muslim. And the thing was, people are curious to know, and they're very approachable. And usually, if you're kind of moody or you don't want to talk to people, they're not going to approach you. But when you're smiley and you kind of, and I am chatty, I'm an extrovert, so I like talking to people. They always open up, and then, they ask you questions. Why did you become Muslim? What is your blog about? Oh, I heard this about Muslims. Is it true? And, it kind of opens up the conversation. And I think it's very important how we as Muslims carry ourselves. What confidence do we have in our Muslim identity? And I'm not saying it's easy, because it took me 5 years to kind of be on a level. And even today, when I post a photo with my hijab or I write something, I always feel, am I going to be judged? But have that confidence in your Muslim identity. And I know it's easier said than done, but I believe it's possible. The other thing, sometimes people don't even care what you're wearing. I went to Denmark. They were the nicest people, and they don't even look at what's in your head. They just kind of look at what you represent. And I was very surprised because we had an incident in the past in Denmark with the cartoon of the Prophet, peace be upon him. and everything. And I was really kind of apprehensive. But no, people were very nice.
So how do you personally, Elena, how do you get over that fear that you must feel sometimes when you go into an environment that is unfamiliar, that is not necessarily your comfort zone, and that you think you may be the only one in hijab, you may be the only Muslim there? How do you personally deal with those types? Because I know a lot of people go through that. I've been through that, and I'm sure a lot of people here have been in that situation where they are the only ones, and they feel self-conscious, and they may feel, just worried or anxious or scared. So how do you personally deal with those types of feelings?
Wow. I make dua.
Okay.
I think it's very important to kind of keep dua part of any experience, because Allah is always with you. And I put my trust in Allah. I don't know what else to say, but I have an experience when I graduated from uni. It's off topic, it's not about travel, but when I graduated, I was looking for a job, and I was in a place where there were only white people, and I was wearing my hijab on and off, and I had decided I really want to start wearing hijab. And it was a white city with no Muslims, and then I was there looking for a job, and I'm like, you know what, I'm really scared. I am down to my 100 pounds last, but I am going to make dua, and I'm going to wear my hijab.
Wow.
And subhanallah, I did it. And I actually gave a job because it was in a bank, and I didn't want to do it. I went for a lesser job. But I was the only Muslim and the only hijabi, and I believe that since then, dua kind of like saves the moment. So make dua. I mean, I wouldn't go to places where I know they're probably, stole me or something. I will take all precautions as a traveler to be safe. I wouldn't go in dangerous areas. I would research the place beforehand. But I don't think I will kind of stop traveling because of my hijab.
Again, it's this idea of tawakkul, isn't it? It's this idea that at the end of the day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in charge of everything. So if good is going to come to you, it will come to you. And if something's going to happen, something's going to happen. So you might as well do it, I guess. I think I wrote a bit of a poem about that today, where I said, the lessons of life are only learned by living it.
I saw.
You cannot learn life if you don't live it, if you don't listen, if you don't love, if you don't actually allow yourself to get involved. You'll never learn and you'll never grow. Okay, all right. So here's what I've got for everybody. I just posted a link. Everyone who's here, Jazakallah khair, and fantastic audience, mashallah. So many of you. I'm really, really pleased to have you all here. I've just posted a link to Elena's article on the Sisters Magazine website. This is the hijab-free holidays that we're talking about. This is it in the flesh, okay? So this was, as I said, sort of the last print issue of Sisters for a while. And this is Elena's article, and you'll probably recognize it from the promos for this show. So, Elena, what is the deal with the hijab-free holiday? What is that all about? Give me a piece of that.
Oh, wow. It's about creativity. It's about feeling free as Muslim women. And I know the sisters in here are going to understand that feeling of, you know what, I really want to take off my hijab and sunbathe and enjoy some privacy. And that's how hijab-free holidays were born. I've seen amazing luxury villas that cost thousands of pounds. And I'm like, there must be a way. I always want to experience travel in style without having to pay the price tag. If people...
Remember that that's the tweet, people, without breaking the bank.
Exactly. Okay. So I was like, there must be a way. And I looked around and I saw Airbnb, which is like, godsend for some of hijabis. They have everything you need. They have some amazing villas. They have, I actually have a webinar on how to find them and elsewhere, and I'll tag that around.
Yeah, please do.
Because it's about an hour webinar of showing you what you have to look at. But Airbnb is my go-to place for any country. They're everywhere in the world. They actually have more hotel rooms than any hotel combined, kind of international brand combined. And it was just my curiosity of finding a deal where I can go and I can actually have a hijab-free holiday, enjoy some sun and sunbathe. And alhamdulillah, we did it in because I always try to kind of try and experiment and test it out before I post about it, because I don't want somebody going and having a really bad experience and saying, well, Muslim travel girl said it's possible, and then no, it didn't work out.
Totally not.
So I went to Crete, I went to Greece, and I found a nice villa, and I just booked it, did everything as I showed other people to do, and it was amazing. And actually Nahid is here, one of the girls who is watching, she went to Malta on a hijab-free holiday afterwards. And
inshallah, please tell us how that went. If you're there, sister, please can you just type and tell us how that went? I'd like to hear about that.
So it's amazing when people have been inspired by what you write or what you do to actually go and do it themselves. And I think it's just awesome. But hijab-free totally recommended. Lots of vitamin D. Exactly. Lots of vitamin D from Nahid. For the sisters out there, have a look. The Sisters Magazine article actually has some villa options and some resorts. So go and read the article online or in the printed version. And if you want to find out more, I will share a link actually to the webinar, so you can find it as well from the webinar and listen to the whole webinar. But it's a lot cheaper, and especially for Muslim families who want to enjoy time together rather than going to a resort. It's a very affordable option because it can cost about half the price of what it would cost to take a family of 5 to a resort, for example.
Course, no, resorts are very, very expensive. And also something that you mentioned in the article, actually, obviously we have, and you mentioned the resorts in Turkey and other places which are segregated, and that's great if you want to enjoy time with the ladies, etc. But if you're looking for a family holiday, then basically what segregation means is that you are going to spend time away from your family. And if you've got children of both genders who are a bit older, your boys are going to be with their dad and the girls are going to be with you, which is not that bad an idea. But sometimes, you may want to actually be together. And I think for me, we have a place in Egypt, near Alexandria, which is fantastic for hijab-free holidays. It's called Villa Sahara. You must try it. It's wonderful. And the thing is, that was one of the few times that my whole family got to swim together. When you think about it, most of the time, you're not going to get to swim with your husband and your children. So, mashallah, I would say if you can get a private villa with a pool, with the right amount of privacy, it's an amazing experience. And it just creates memories that is just amazing. Inshallah. Yeah,
it's about the experiences. And I think that's very important, especially for a family who is bonding together and creating experiences. It's a great way to do that. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on doing that,
Exactly. And
probably the sisters are kind of going to be, you have to agree with your husband that you're not going to do all the cooking. Sometimes you can order, for example, some villas in Bali. They have, and not only in Bali, in different places in Asia, actually, they have like a chef and you can order in your villa, etc. In Europe, we don't have much of this. But you can make a deal with your husband that you're just going to cook, for example, breakfast, and then every other dinner will be outside the villa. So you can relax as well. So it doesn't feel that, everybody's on holiday, but you're still in the kitchen or something.
Yeah, exactly, mashallah. I see that Sri Lanka has this.
Yes, exactly. I was actually thinking about Sri Lanka Yankee because it was one of the places where I saw it and was like, that's brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. And Morocco, I'm sure they have in Morocco, and I hope so, because I really want to go for a hijab-free holiday in Morocco. And they must do, because in Morocco, obviously, the architecture is the riads, isn't it? So in Morocco, you've got the pool right in the middle of the courtyard, or the roof on top, which is perfect for a hijab-free holiday. We need to make so we need to make a list.
Yeah, definitely. We have to make a list. I mean, in Europe, it's Malta is one. Turkey is another that offers that option. Greece. Definitely go to Greece. It's beautiful. From all my countries.
You're not from Greece, are you, by any chance?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It makes sense. You've mentioned Greece several times. Okay.
Yes, I am. So definitely go to Greece. Greece is beautiful and people are very nice. So yeah, I mean, Bali does that. Thailand does that. India, if there are many Muslims in India as well. So Sri Lanka is another one. Maldives is another option that everybody's asking me about. So I want to mention it now. Maldives is not
Have you been yet? Have you been?
I haven't. I was supposed to go in September. Unfortunately, I had to cancel it. It's on my to-do list, but I'm going to do it on a budget. And I'm going to show people how they can actually do it on a budget.
Fantastic.
Because Maldives is extremely expensive. And it's a very popular destination for honeymoons. And I get a lot of sisters and brothers messaging me and asking, my wife wants a hijab-free holiday and she wants in the Maldives. But my budget is so tiny. And it's like, an average villa with a private pool in the Maldives is about £1,000 a night.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Exactly. So sometimes we have to be realistic. Sri Lanka has an option where it's close to the Maldives, but it's not on the same budget and offers similar qualities. So, you know, we have to be realistic sometimes on the budget. I mean, unless you have a big budget for honeymoon, go to the Maldives. I have nothing against the Maldives. I mean, it's a Muslim country too, so you know you're eating halal food.
Yeah. So are you saying that people can actually message you and get in touch to ask their travel-related questions?
Yes. If you go onto my website, muslimtravelgirl.com, there's a contact me form. And once you're there, you can just email me your question. I usually try and reply within 24 hours. Sometimes I reply straight away because I'm on my emails. But usually I try to reply within 24 hours. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Fantastic. So that's great. So then how else can people contact you? Do you have an Instagram? Do you have Twitter? Oh, you better have an Instagram because you better be taking some gorgeous pictures of all these travels of yours. Tell us how we can contact you.
I'm not a very good photographer, but I try my best. Instagram, obviously I have Muslim Travel Girl. Is my handle. Everything on social media is Muslim Travel Girl, except for Twitter and I guess Blab now. It's Muslim Travel Girl without the I of the girl because of the character limit of Twitter handles.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah, because I was trying to make it to put the I in, but it didn't work. So I'm like, okay, I have to remove something.
Okay, so it's Muslim
Travel Girl
GRL.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. All right, so people, this is where to find Muslim Travel Girl. You have muslimtravelgirl.com. It's there in the comments. You can follow her on Instagram. You can follow her on Twitter. You can find her on Facebook. You can get in touch with her and ask her your travel-related questions. You've got free downloads from your website, I believe.
Yeah.
What have you got for us?
I have a travel checklist, a Muslim-friendly travel checklist. I have an Umrah travel guide, so how to get to Jeddah, Mecca, Medina. I have free videos. I have a weekly email newsletter I send out with travel deals, and I share tips with people. So if you want, sign up for the mailing list. It's on my website. You can sign up where it says sign up for the mailing list. And inshallah soon I have a few more things coming up.
Yeah, I know you've got a lot of exciting projects coming up, mashallah. So we've got your article on our website. I said put the link to that as well, and I also put the link to the actual copy, the hard copy itself, in case anyone wants to get a hold of that.
Yeah.
In the article, you talk about the resorts and you actually give your recommendations for resorts, don't you? And then you also give the links for Airbnb, and the other one is vrbo.com. Is that the American one?
That's the US one, because obviously people in the US have more options. I mean, it's an international one. Every website now is international. You can find everything. However, the Airbnb sometimes has things like apartments and properties that actually people are living in, so they're just renting it for extra income. Where the US raw one, it's mostly about rentals.
It's travel rentals, basically.
It's travel holiday rentals. So you can always have a look on both and see what works for you.
Fantastic.
There was actually a question about the H&M starting a hijab style thing. Some brothers asked. Personally, and I want to hear what you think, I think it's a good thing. I mean, having more options and not having to, I personally shop in Dubai every time I go because I find more options there. But, H&M, great. I would love to shop from H&M. And I would love them to have, more variety for Muslim friendly, for Muslim Muslim-friendly dresses or tops or everything, especially for those who don't wear a bias, because I don't wear always a bias. So I would like something that is longer than my, something that covers and is more Muslim friendly. So I'm definitely in for that, and I wish more and more companies start that. So I would
I think they will. I think they will, because they realize, at the end of the day that, it's a market at the end of the day. And the Muslim girls are increasingly confident about wearing modest clothes. So I think it will roll out. It will roll out. Okay, so if anyone has any questions for Elena, we've got, where are you from, people? I think we answered that question, didn't we?
Brother Osama is asking, what's the name of the other one? Oh, you mean the American...
yes, I'll put that up.
Okay.
I've never seen such a strange name for a website ever.
I know.
Very strange. There you go.
Yeah. Actually, it was Megan Wyatt who recommended it to me, and then I checked it when I posted about the Airbnb. So, another Sisters Magazine author, mashallah.
All the connections, alhamdulillah. Listen, Elena, it's been fantastic having you as a guest on our first Sisters Blab session. I think you'll agree Blab is a really awesome platform, mashallah.
I think I will do some of my own. I'll invite you as my guest next time.
I'll be there. Listen, everybody who came this evening, or if it's morning for you or afternoon for you, Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much for coming. It's been fantastic. Elena Nikolova, Muslim travel girl, Jazakallah khairan. My name is Naima B. Robert, and I'm wishing you all a good night. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Catch sisters-magazine.com for loads of articles related to living life in a fabulous way as a Muslim woman. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Same with Sisters Magazine is on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're here on Blab now. We're on Pinterest. We're all over the place. So listen, Jazakallah khairan, everyone. It's been a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for coming. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum. How do we log out?
I'm going to press X now.
Oh, it's you that
end the session.
Wa alaikum salam.